Sweet Caroline spreads coronavirus. Welcome to Weird, Wild, Wacky Wednesdays. Wonderful. I don't know, some other W words. This comes from the Irish Post. Irish pub bans Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline from venue amid coronavirus fears. Yes, just that one particular song, not other songs. An Irish bar in Spain took the unusual decision as part of a wider effort to help stop the spread of coronavirus. Last month, the World Health Organization, announced there was evidence that COVID-19 might be spread by tiny particles of moisture capable of hanging in the air, enclosed or unventilated spaces. Now, apparently you sing, you project your voice louder, therefore you spit more. And I mean, basically what they're saying is if you go to a concert and sit in the front row, the artist, if close enough to you, is going to be spitting all over you. Not like fully spitting, but like just the droplets coming out of their mouth. This microphone may as well be spit. So if this microphone had coronavirus, it's basically a walking coronavirus spreader. Well, it's not walking. That made no sense whatsoever, but we're going to keep that in anyway. And so Sweet Caroline, because you sing along to it, apparently is the reason why it spreads coronavirus. Not that there aren't countless other songs that people might sing along to, or that when belting out in the on the stage, you might be getting a little too into it, and spitting all over people. Especially people who can't sing, they spit everywhere. Okay, that's really awkward because I got spit all over my mouth from that. If I had coronavirus, this microphone would be fucked for life. In any event, some people are getting resourceful out there during the coronavirus. Now, this article, it's not an article, it's a post on Craigslist. Face masks that I've worn as panties, $50 in Oceanside. Hi, my name is Jocelyn, not me, the article is saying this, and I'm 23 years old. Again, I'm not 23 years old. I'm selling cloth face masks that I've used as panties for a few days for $50. Again, the article is saying that. I charge $40 for mine. You'll be able to smell my scent all day anywhere you go. I'm saving up money to buy a guitar to bring with me to my college dorm. I take PayPal and Venmo. Hit me up if you want to buy one. Why just one? That's what I say. She should be packaging them. It's okay that you've taken one step. Take another step towards business better. Now, I was really surprised to receive a particular email this week. Given that here in Victoria, we have extreme lockdowns, Victoria where I live, Victoria, Australia, and you basically can't go further than 5 kilometers from your house unless you're, you can't go unless for medical reasons. You can leave your house once a day for a maximum 1 hour to go shopping, and you can leave for 1 hour to exercise, but only within 5 kilometers of your house. You are, however, allowed to go and visit an intimate partner outside of that distance, which makes things awkward. If you were waiting for marriage, you've kind of now got to fuck to be able to see your partner, or otherwise you can't while this lockdown is on, which I don't think is fair on people in that situation. But even worse, you can't visit your grandmother unless you were to be intimate with your grandmother. So I feel like as though the government's promoting incest over here, but it is what it is. You got to find the loopholes when you can. But in any event, due to this lockdown, I was really surprised to get the following email yesterday. The email was from booking.com, which is a travel company. James, 3 days left to plan your weekend trip. Now, again, noting that I can only go 5 kilometers from my house, it's a little bit hard to find somewhere that I can go. Now, the first unique recommendation in Australia just for me was Sydney, which, again, slightly more than 5 kilometers away from me, only about 800 kilometers away from me. Ringwood, now that is just down the road from me, but it's still probably about 10 kilometres, which is well outside the zone. And unless you live specifically within 5 kilometres of Ringwood, you couldn't go on a holiday to Ringwood. Not to mention, I doubt you could fucking go on a holiday there anyway, even if you were in Ringwood. We can also visit Nowra, Perth, again, substantially further than the 5 kilometres allotted to us. But never let that get in the way of a good marketing email that is clearly not thought out. Our next item is from Reddit, TIFU, which means today I fucked up, which I had to look up to find out myself. But anyway, today I fucked up by nearly burning down my house, jacking off. Not me, the article. That happened to me yesterday. Today, my single mum went out shopping. So I, 16M, which means 16 male, again, not me. I may look very young, but not quite 16, decided to make a pocket pussy. Saw a video on how to make them, and the only one I had the resources for was made from toilet paper. So again, this guy made the wise decision to fuck toilet paper. But anyway, to make it, you remove the cardboard part, put a rubber glove in the hole and add lube. I made it and tried it, and to be honest, it did feel really nice and tight, but it was too cold. It felt like fucking a dead body. I'm not sure how you would know what fucking a dead body feels like, but you may want to get that checked next time before you fuck toilet paper. In any event, me being an idiot, both the article and me personally, decided to put the toilet paper in the microwave to heat it up. Very wise decision. I should have heated up the lube, but didn't think of that. After 30 seconds, I heard a pop from the microwave and ran over to investigate. I opened it and saw the roll of toilet paper had exploded a bit, but it was also on fire. I grabbed it and didn't know what to do. The first thing that came to mind was throwing it over the backyard wall. How on earth would that be the first thing that comes to your mind? But anyway, because I often get rid of things I don't want my mom to see in the trash that way. This person's backyard wall must be full of like used condoms and sex magazines and dirty underwear that he's bought from someone else. Possibly used masks from some woman that he's bought on Craigslist. Anyway, I ran to my backyard and flung it over the wall. It literally looked like I was throwing a fireball over the wall. My hands were so fucking sore for a while after. He burnt his hands throwing the fake pocket pussy toilet paper he set on fire, throwing over his wall. There's a hospital over the wall, but they have a few acres of land across the building, so the toilet paper probably landed in a field on the other side. I'm really lucky that I didn't start a fire in the hospital grounds. I might have made a small one, though. Well, too long didn't read. I nearly burned down my house by trying to heat up a pocket pussy in the microwave. Well done to you, sir. May you eventually have a better experience when you finally meet a woman, and hopefully you don't have to throw her over the back fence, because that would be very hard and weird. Yet again from Reddit, what was the most awkward interaction you ever had with your crush? Lenoodle says, we were messaging about the homework in our class when he asked for my opinion on a poem he wrote for his crush. I had some hope that it was me and this was going to be a cute way for him to tell me. Nope, it was actually a poem for his crush and he used her name in it. I said it was good even though it kind of hurt inside. Brutal. Finally asked a girl out and she eagerly accepted. About halfway through the date, she turns to me and says, you know what? I've decided to stay with my fiancé. Very brutal. Back in high school, I was talking to my crush out in the lunch court and a bird shat on my face. Now, this is a bit annoying because that's all they said. They didn't clarify whether the friend was into it or the crush at least was into it, and perhaps that was their thing. Now, the next article I'm going to write a really negative review on Amazon about. My delivery never arrived and it made the news. So this comes from Channel 9. drugs plane bound for Australia was so packed with cocaine it was too heavy to take off, police say. The plane, allegedly with $80 million worth of illegal drugs, was trying to fly from Papua New Guinea to Queensland when it crashed on takeoff last week. It allegedly has had 500 kilograms of drugs on board, about the same weight as a horse, when it tried to take off from a remote airstrip near Port Moresby. Now, what kind of shitty plane was this that it couldn't carry 500 kilograms? That's only like 4 or 7 people, depending on how much they weigh. That's like 3 of me or 10 of a regular person, but still, like 500 kilos, that's without luggage as well. And now this is absolutely ridiculous. From the UK, from the BBC. Coronavirus. Pubs may need to shut to allow schools to reopen. In what fucking planet is a child's education more important than a beer? And then these kids with their education turn into spoiled brats like the next story, which is also from the BBC. Madishall, which I'm sure I pronounced correctly, boy polices speeders with a stern look. Harry Cannell wears a high-vis jacket on his drive in Madishall, Norfolk, waving at those who keep within the limit and scowling at offenders. Now, this kid is just guessing on the speed as well. Like, it's not like he has a device that tells him, so he has to know whether a car is doing 73 or 65 just by his eyesight. Now, what kind of fucking freaky kid would be able to do that? This kid needs to learn. He needs to learn that he cannot fucking tell what speed a car is going. And he shouldn't be out there judging when he doesn't have a speed gun. He needs to learn and he needs an education. And that's why pubs need to stay open so that kids can go down to the pub, have a beer with some adults and learn the real world. And that is WeWeWednesday for this week.